Around. It is so loud.
Okay, we are live on YouTube.
All right, YouTube. Hello and welcome. I am Jeremy from Acoustic Shoppe, and I'm at NAMM. NAMM 2024. Believe it or not, it's not just John attending. I know you guys know that Trent and Janelle are here. Jason and Austin are right behind me here.
I'll give you an electric.
But I'm actually getting to be on camera right now.
Keep the electrics over there.
Oh, we're live right now if you want.
All right, let me just swap this here.
We're at the Klos, or
here,
I guess the first question I'm going to ask him is how to actually pronounce it correct. Klos. We're at the Klos booth here at NAMM. Something that we're excited about. We are now becoming a dealer of Klos Guitars and mandolins, guys. Very exciting. The Mandolin Cafe has been buzzing about the new mandolin. We will show it to you here in a little bit. But first, we're going to get to know the folks at Klos a little bit better. We met these guys at, I think it was like about 6 years ago at Summer NAMM in Nashville when they're just getting off of their Kickstarter initial guitar, and it was I think it was a smaller body guitar initially, wasn't it?
Yeah, we just did the travel guitar for the first 4 years of our company. We started in 2015. And yeah, we only had the travels for a while.
So what made you guys decide to get into the carbon fiber guitar market? Had you been working with carbon fiber before? Were you guitar players?
Yeah.
The two came together?
Yeah, it's a good question. So my brother and I started it in 2015. He was a mechanical engineer. I was electrical engineering. Honestly, I was just getting into making things as an electrical engineer and also entrepreneurship at the same time. And my brother is a genius when it comes to mechanical engineering. And he's always been making what he wants. And he wanted a carbon fiber guitar, but because they were all so expensive, he just made one for himself.
Really?
And so that was the very first one. And I thought it was cool. He needed a little help with the business side. I didn't know much about business, but I knew a little more than him.
So the first one, as a personal instrument or project he wanted, turned out good enough that you're like, hey, we can make something out of this.
Yeah, I mean, if you compare that first one to what we do now, it was not good.
but enough to get that spark started.
Yeah, totally. And people were really into it, and everyone was always really supportive when they saw it. They're like, hey, that's awesome. You should turn it into a company, you know. Yeah. So it was kind of, one step at a time at the beginning, but that's how it always is.
Yeah, and that's the way some of the greatest businesses are born, is organically. Like, there wasn't really a plan like, all right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to shoot for the moon.
Yeah.
But just a need that he saw and a price point for a carbon fiber guitar inspired him to try it on his own. Luckily, you guys had the engineering background to be able to pull something like this off. So working with carbon fiber, was that like a big learning curve, or has that been something he had worked with before?
Ian had worked with composites a lot. Within his major, there was a lot of composite engineering. He had done a couple internships in that space. So that wasn't necessarily a big learning curve, but applying it to guitars was new for him. Yeah. So yeah, there was a good enough background to get started, and then over the years we've gotten so much better.
It's very cool. Some of the folks that know the shop know we carry the McPherson carbon fiber guitars. It's a very cool thing. There's always that trade-off. You're getting a completely unharmable guitar where you can leave it in your car in 100-degree weather, or leave it outside when it's 10 below zero, or you can go from Arizona climate to Utah, all these different climates, and not worry about setup of your guitar. Yeah. You're not worried about it cracking or getting damaged. So the trade-off is you're getting a pretty much indestructible instrument, and you're not maybe going to have the same quality or the tonal thing that people are used to hearing in a wood guitar, but it's getting closer and closer. Like acoustically, and I've been playing some of these here. Getting very close acoustically. And a lot of times when you put the pickup in, it's almost indiscernible between a wood guitar and a carbon fiber with all those extra bonuses you're getting with it.
Totally. Yeah, you can see we have
my mic fell down.
We have some pictures here. That guy's at the top of Denali with a guitar.
I'm making a lot of noise real quick. And that's one thing I was gonna say. You guys have always been good with marketing, like these really cool shots all the way from your early Kickstarter stuff to launch the product. Yeah. You guys have done a great job of just kind of telling the lifestyle story of carbon fiber instrument.
Yeah, it's easy to do good marketing when your customers are some of the coolest people, Like, our customers want to take their music where they used usually can't take it because they've had a wooden instrument or whatever. So, they go to Denali, they sail around the world, they hike the PCT, they do so many different interesting things. So all we have to do is take pictures of it, write stories about it, and that's kind of where the magic happens.
Why don't you walk me through some of what you guys got? I know you told initially you only had like the travel guitar, but now you've got into full-size dreadnoughts, cutaways, ukulele, mandolin is going to be the one we're really be. I'm excited about.
Yeah, we got the very first mandolin here. So basically, we started with the travel guitar, right, and then we came out with the dreadnought soon after that. This is our dreadnought. It's a slightly smaller depth than your traditional dreadnought, but other than that, this is one of our most popular models. We plug every instrument, so the playability is amazing. We have a small headstock, as many people have noticed. And it really helps kind of with neck balance. There's no neck dive. It's a very balanced guitar. Here we actually have our very first 12-string guitar. So this one we just finished a couple days ago.
A little deeper body on that.
Deeper body. This body is our grand cutaway body. What we're doing here has never been done. We have 6 tuners on the back.
Wow, I just noticed that.
In the front, so it's really easy to tune. You don't kind of get in the way
of the banjo and planetary tuners on there.
Yeah, exactly.
Very cool.
And this is a wider neck. So this is our widest neck that we've made.
And I know you mentioned it earlier, but you still are putting a truss rod in the guitar necks, even though they're almost
we still are. Yeah, we still are. So you have that final control. Without a truss rod, you are risking that if it does move, you can't do anything about it.
Yeah, makes sense.
But we try to keep as many things traditional, and that's one thing we always say: we build on tradition with tradition. It's a new material, but we're not, radically changing the shape. We're not removing truss rod. The work on the guitar is the same as a normal wooden guitar. It's just a different material.
And I know your brother was talking about some bracing on the mandolin, being able to move that around. Yeah. Do you guys have to brace the tops of these?
We do brace them, yeah. We have a bracing pattern for this. We also do what we call reverse bracing. So we actually cut holes here along the edge. And you can think of it as trampoline springs. By weakening the material here, we allow the soundboard to flex more. Yeah. And so that's really what unlocks a really nice tone with our guitars by having that edge weaker. So we call that reverse bracing, so we actually weaken the guitar.
Yeah. Let it reverberate a little bit more. And I bet that took a lot of trial and error to really dial in on that stuff.
It really did,
A lot of prototyping.
We've had hundreds of prototypes over the years, and we're always tweaking still, just in case there's something even better.
That's awesome. And then,
this is the same as the 12-string, but it's a 6-string, and it's a classical version. So it's kind of like a classical hybrid. It's a classical bridge, nylon strings. We are going to work on a classical guitar this year. It'll be out later in 2024. This is a wider neck, same as the 12-string, but 6 strings here.
And something we talked about earlier that it's striking how light they are.
Yeah.
McPherson is known for really wanting to. They actually use weight as a way to distribute and resonate around the guitar. But you guys found a way to make it really light, which for that travel instrument that you're wanting to take to top of Denali or something. It's so light.
Yeah, that's always customer driven. Basically every model that we launch, we only launch if customers ask us for it and about it. So that's we only launch the stuff that people want now.
I got a question.
You got a question, all right. Actually, I have monitoring questions.
Is the top a honeycomb or just layers of fiber?
Okay, this is the traditional. They ask, is it a honeycomb pattern or just layers of carbon fiber? This is that more traditional weave of carbon fiber, right?
Yeah, we
do. You guys do any other different? I know McPherson does different patterns.
Yeah, so we have 2 weaves now. So this is the classic bi-directional. So it's woven this way and that way.
Almost a tweed, but in carbon fiber.
In here, the soundboard is actually carbon, then foam, then carbon. It's called the sandwich panel.
Yeah.
That's kind of what gives it that tone. It's stiff, but still resonates like wood. We have a new material that we're calling carbon timber.
Is this also making a debut here at the show, or have you had this out a while?
We've released this about a year ago. It's still kind of in the works, the early stages. The lead time on this has been longer than our normal black weave, but the pattern here is only in this direction.
Yeah.
It's called unidirectional.
So it almost looks like wood grain, but
yeah, it looks like wood
metallic.
grain. It's nickel coated carbon fiber. So the back looks really cool. Every single one is different. Every single one is a different pattern slightly, and we really like that. it unlocks slightly warmer tones that are black. The black has a nice balanced tone, but this just is slightly warmer. And this is our new mini shape. So the Grand Cutaway Mini, it's stainless steel frets, 24.5 scale length, nice cutaway. Not only is it a cutaway, there's no heel because it's a bolt-on.
Yeah.
So you really can access the upper frets with zero effort on this. This one has the LR bags pickup in it, which a lot of people like ordering.
And most of your models are available with and without pickups. You mentioned you use K&K on a few of them.
Yeah, K&K, Anthem, Fishman, Sonotone. We can put anything in them, but those are some of our standards.
Yeah.
And over here, you can see the travel guitar. This is our first one. It's our staple. Still our best seller.
Yeah.
Carbon fiber makes so much sense when traveling, and this is the easiest to travel with. So, you know, we love a good travel guitar. This is where people take.
That's something you could leave in your car all the time if you wanted. You could take it to the camper, go take it on a flight, and not be concerned about it.
140 degrees. It really doesn't matter. It can be sub-zero. This thing's gonna be good. And you know,
we got into ukulele recently.
Yeah, we've launched almost every ukulele now. We have our concert ukulele. This came out in 2023, the smallest of the ukuleles that we make.
And that one's got the pickup built in the side with the volume and EQ.
Yeah, this one's got a really nice pickup. The tone knob's very responsive, which we really like. This is our tenor. The tenor was the first ukulele we launched. This one's got a low G on it. This is also full carbon, so you can tell it's a one-piece construction. So there's no neck joint here. It's just one piece molded. So this is really, really strong.
That's very nice.
We've run this over with the car.
Yeah.
Not that you would ever.
I wouldn't recommend doing that, but
it just displays how strong it is.
Yeah.
This is our baritone, which we're really excited about. The baritone turned out better than we expected.
And again, the one-piece neck connected to the body.
Yeah, this is also one piece. And this features our new headstock, which we released in 2023. So it's kind of a little asymmetrical. It's got a little more angles to it. We're a huge fan of the new headstock. But yeah, it's the baritone. And do we want to jump into the mandolin?
Oh yeah, I mean, you also made this double neck guitar that we got being played behind us here by Terrence.
Yeah, Terrence.
I'm sure that was a custom. How did you come up with a mold for something like that?
So we actually took our normal dreadnought body, and all we did was we cut another neck pocket into it. We had to create a raised bridge, and yeah, it's truly phenomenal.
I'm imagining this isn't a standard production model that you're gonna.
No, we've only made one.
Only one person would know how to play it.
Exactly. Yeah, it's really cool.
So this does bring us to the thing that I've been getting the most content and questions about. People were asking, because I've been on the Mandolin Cafe a lot, and this got a lot of buzz on there.
Yeah.
And as a mandolin player, for good reason, I've always been envious of the guitar guys for all the options there are for carbon fiber guitars.
Yeah.
You can just have something you can take traveling, you fly with it, go to different climates. But mandolins has just not been available. And then you guys announced a little while back that this was something coming out.
Yeah.
I know you sold a lot of them pre-order, even before you got the first prototype, which is showing you the demand that's been waiting dormant out there.
Yeah.
So very excited to try this out. I know people wanted me to show it and get a chance to play it and talk about it a little bit. We have a question?
We do have a question about the mandolin. Can it be made in a nickel finish weave as well?
Yeah, it will be made in the nickel coated carbon fiber finish, carbon timber, and all three options are available. So this is the carbon twill, the 2x2 weave. We also have black unidirectional and then carbon timber unidirectional.
And this is the first actual prototype, right?
Yeah, the very first one, yeah. Yeah, and we, you know, what I was saying earlier about customer demand, we honestly weren't planning on making a mandolin a few years ago, and slowly people kept signing up for it, and more I was telling my brother, hey, we should really think about making one.
Yeah.
And our interest list crossed 500 people that had responded to a survey.
Yeah.
And we finally were like, okay, we've just got to make it.
Yeah, I think you mentioned it, but it's funny on the cafe. Anytime there's new news about it, it jumps back up to the top of the conversation, and people are like, "Oh, I can't wait." And it is. I was really impressed. It's so hard to hear it, NAMM, but it's got a really big spark to it.
Yeah, it's loud.
Yeah, so it's got a lot of projection, which for a mandolin you just need that full chop.
Yeah.
I can see it definitely just fitting into a jam session, really standing out.
Oh yeah. And we plug every single instrument, so the accent is really low. People have been commenting on that.
And this is gonna be the neck
one
joint,
piece as
yeah,
well,
one piece.
so super strong. It can handle, mandolins have such high string tension that carbon is the perfect material for it, so you're never gonna really get damage here.
Yeah.
Like you would maybe over time.
And I was asking your brother because it is substantially thinner top than the guitars are. I guess to let that small body really resonate.
Yeah.
And I was like, is there any concern about damage with that? And he banged it against the stool to show me. And I was like, yeah, it does flex.
enough.
It does, yeah, exactly. It does flex, but it just pops right back out to where it was.
Yeah.
It seems, really
There's
strong.
always a fine balance. You want it to be stiff, but you want it to be flexible, and you don't need it to be so strong that you don't need it to be too strong. This is already multiples stronger than any wooden mandolin.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't recommend banging against stools. The main purpose of it is you can travel with this, you can go flying with it. You're not concerned about the damage that happens to wooden instruments, either from impact or from environmental factors. And like you said, the fact that it's stainless steel frets, plex, this thing's pretty indestructible. You don't need a lot of maintenance on it.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, the goal with a lot of our new instruments, including the mandolin, is, although it is great for travel, it also can be someone's just main instrument.
Yeah.
And it's also just going to be a premium instrument that could be the only one you need.
Yeah, and this one you said is also going to have a pickup option in it.
Yeah.
You guys are looking into even doing the one with the volume.
Yeah. We're thinking about doing that, so we're testing that. We feature our new logo here, which is just kind of a cursive version. It's just for the mandolin.
Yeah, more.
And we feature a kernel, which actually has a cool background. So our last name is Klosowiak.
Yeah.
And Klos is the first 4 letters of it. And we're Polish. Our parents are from Poland. And a Klos means the kernel of a wheat plant. And so that's kind of why we put that
That's kind of a
there.
throwback to like the flower pot of the traditional mandolins.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are going to ask me, what does it sound like? It got a really full chop to it. It does actually project a lot more than I expected it to. It's got a little bit deeper tone than I was anticipating. So and your brother said you're still experimenting with it. He's thinking about moving that brace a little bit to even deepen that tone a little bit more to separate the mid-range from the bass response on it. So it's still a work in progress, but already I'm very impressed with how it's turned out.
Awesome.
So when do you think you're going to actually have production available? I'm sure that's what a lot of people have had the pre-orders are wondering.
Totally, yeah. We're targeting May right now. I think we're pretty on track for that. So yeah, it's a little bit delayed than what we thought, but honestly, we're making a lot of good progress.
Right, yeah.
We'd rather go a little slower and do things right than rush anything. That's kind of our motto of building. So.
And something I'm curious about, we haven't talked at all. What is like the Klos warranty? You guys have a warranty on your?
We have a lifetime warranty on every instrument, and part of that is because of the material. The material will last a lifetime, and so we just bear that with putting our money where our mouth is.
Yeah,
So.
that's impressive. I mean, that like you said, it's making the statement and then standing behind it.
Yeah, totally.
Very cool. Do I have any more questions on there? Hi guys, I'm glad that I'm with you on the first live stream that I've been a part
There's
of.
some people liking that one. Also, there's a question, is that Jeremy's demo?
Want a demo?
Is it what?
Is it Jeremy's demo?
Oh, is this my demo model? No. I think they got to show this off to other people. I can't take it home, but we are planning on getting some of these in the shop. That's the idea. As soon as I get through those initial pre-orders, we hope to get some of these in the shop. I think it's going to be a real big hit. Do you have a price point that you think it's going to be released at? We didn't really talk about that with the guitars either.
Yeah, so right now it is in pre-order mode, so it's slightly discounted right now, but it will be $2,600 once we're kind of in full production. That'll kind of start at the acoustic level, and in this material, other materials will be a slight upgrade, and acoustic electric as well.
And I assume you plan on just sticking with the A-style mandolin.
Yeah,
no need to
A-style
add
for now. A-style for now. Yeah, we'll see when and if the F comes out.
That'd be interesting to see how you do carbon fiber scrolls, but
yeah, we are planning on doing an F eventually, but the A was kind of the more manageable one to start with.
yeah, definitely.
And
We're wanting a close-up of the headstock.
Want to see that?
yeah, and this one is still unpainted and unfinished. So usually, some of our other models have a more finished look about it, so you can kind of see the difference. and that's sort of what the mandolin will look like. But
very exciting. And guitars, we didn't talk prices on those. What is like your dreadnought and then the cutaway?
Yeah. So the travel starts at $1,400 in the full carbon. We have a hybrid version that has a wooden neck that starts at $800.
Okay.
So $800 and then $1,400 in travel. Dreadnought full carbon starts at about $2,100. And our hey Ben, can you hand me that guitar? This is our Grand Cutaway in carbon timber with a pickup. This is our nicest guitar now. And this one's about $2,800.
So you guys are still coming in at the bottom price point of carbon fiber guitars on the market.
Yeah, you know, it's pretty core to us to still be,
the reason your brother started it.
Yeah, exactly. We're not, I wouldn't say $2,800 is affordable, but it is reasonable for the value. This is a guitar that you could have for decades, and it will still look like this, still play like this. Even the action won't change that much over time. So, we think it's one of the best value instruments out there. It could be a few $1,000s more, and I think it would still be worth it. But yeah, we're keeping it within reach.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is our Grand Cutaway in carbon timber, and it's our nicest one. We've only made 3 so far. This is the second one.
Impressive. So yeah, we're getting all these previews at the NAMM show, which is why we love coming here.
Yeah.
I know this one was one we were very excited about, and our viewers were asking us, are you going to go by Klos? Are we going to see this thing? I said, absolutely. So I'm glad we got a chance to do it. Adam, thank you for walking us through the booth.
Thanks so much.
Had a great time. Guys, we're going to, I think, a couple more live streams tonight, and then tomorrow another day of it. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you on the next stream.
Awesome.